Elon Musk has sent a ridiculous, condescending, and insulting memo to his few remaining employees at Twitter, telling them that they have a deadline to either get extremely hardcore or they're gonna be fired. In the memo, it says, going forward to build a breakthrough Twitter 2.0 and succeed in an increasingly competitive world, we will need to be extremely hardcore. This will mean working long hours at high intensity. Only exceptional performance will constitute a passing grade. You get it? He's treating them like they're kids in elementary school when they're trained engineers and coders who've probably worked in the industry for years, maybe decades, and understand literally every aspect of social media better than Elon Musk. He gets to condescend to them because he happens to be wealthy. That's fun. Anyway, it says that if they want, they can just leave. They'll get 3 months severance. Otherwise, they're gonna have to commit to being extremely hardcore. JR, what do you think?
It's one of those instances where people like him, Donald Trump, when they find themselves in the spotlight, in positions of influence and control of other folks, and it has to require you being, smart, maybe work hard, be principled, disciplined, all these things that we like to say we're instilling in kids, so you can have like a nice, well-rounded person. But if you don't have those characteristics, maybe you never had to develop them because you were given everything you needed, then in those cases, you have to constantly prove to everyone else that they're the problem. Because you have to take the spotlight off of you and your mistakes, which we keep seeing from this guy. So you have to go, we need to work long hours, we need to start thinking, no days off. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing when your other companies are failing and the disasters happen there? What are you doing about the mistakes that you make? What are you doing about the loss of revenue from your pocket that you're complaining is everyone else's fault? When are you gonna change that? If nothing else, for your own benefit. Be selfish, be like, man, I really get my stuff together so that I can go back to keeping my cash. But instead, it's always someone else's fault. Because above all, we thought money was the number one thing. Apparently, number one is pride. Then money comes a very, very, very close second. So he has to send out a memo saying we have to get hardcore. Because you know who's not gonna get hardcore? Me. I'm a lazy guy.
Oh, JR, you don't get being hardcore at work. What's hardcore is that you get put in charge of a really important company, you work at it, and then you get bored and you go do something else. And then you start digging tunnels, and then you get bored with that, and then you move on to a flamethrower. That's exciting, a flamethrower. And then you get bored with that and you move on, and you're gonna make rockets, and then you get bored with that and you just move on. You're still the CEO of all this, by the way. A job that ostensibly is important, apparently not, because you just move on and you do something else. Oh, by the way, the Artemis 1 rocket that took off today, it's really cool and all that. SpaceX is supposed to help build the lander that's gonna actually land the astronauts on the moon. Maybe or maybe not, I don't know, because their CEO decided that he wants to do social media, so I don't know. That's what's hardcore, is you just you treat your career and the fates of multiple companies like I treat my brief obsession with typewriters during the pandemic. You get it, you're super excited, and then you just move on and it's in the corner or something. Anyway, that's what's hardcore.
He's got his toys. You gotta put your toys away when you're done playing with them. You can't leave them out.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.